So I'm having a chat with Millie Manders of Millie Manders and the Shutup. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you, Jim?
Good, yeah, not bad. Thanks so much. So, firstly, the track of yours that we've been playing most recently is called Silent Screams. What can you tell us about the track?
Can I put in a trigger warning just here? The track is actually about mental health and specifically suicidal ideology and anxiety. So it's quite a heavy topic for quite a bouncy track.
Yeah, so how did you come about writing such a track like this with the music that you produce? How have you been able to merge the two together?
Well, the lyrics came to me through quite a intense dream to begin with. The first verse is actually working through the dream that I woke up from. But I wrote the lyrics, and blessedly, my guitarist happened to have a backing track that he was sending me that day, and the marriage of it worked really, really well. And it literally fit together. It was there and then, it was done. So, yeah, it was a bit of serendipity.
Good. And that's off your debut record, which came out last year, Telling Truths, Breaking Ties. For those who haven't heard the record, and I can't believe if there is any who haven't, what can you tell us about the release?
The release actually was put out in lockdown. It's a record that encompasses quite a lot of mental health exploration, as well as the odd relationship track and political outburst, shall we say. And the influences of it, while at the core, it's very punk, it's got a lot of various genres going through it: ska, jazz, hip-hop, metal, and that's kind of a lot of influences from my background, but there's quite a lot from the other guys in the band as well.
Good. And off the back of that, you've managed to be back out on the road and you've done some touring. How was it being back out on the stage for the first time after so long off?
Absolutely incredible. I actually think that having that period of time where we couldn't tour enabled people to really get to grips with what we were trying to say on the record. And people came out in force to sing along with us and talk to us about tracks that meant things to them and all sorts of stuff. And it was breathtaking to be back on stage and see so many people out at the shows, and to get to talk to all of our audience members again.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll be hitting up some bigger stages when you head out on tour with Less Than Jake as well later this year. Yes,
that's incredibly exciting. I feel very, very lucky that we were asked to do that with them. I literally can't believe my luck, actually. And it's going to be like our first time in Dublin. It's our first time playing any of those bigger O2, first time in Ireland, actually. And yeah, first time playing a lot of those bigger stages. So really, really excited.
It's a huge step up, which is great. And hopefully off the back of that, and now that your debut record is out, festival season is on the cards. What's the plans for festivals this year?
We've got some really exciting ones. We're back at Rebellion. There are whispers of a couple of festivals that we have loved playing before that we'll be back at. And a couple of new ones that have already been announced. If you go to our website, millie-manders.com, all of the details of all of the festivals that we're playing that we've been announced for so far are on the shows tab on there. But yeah, some really, really exciting fields that we're going to be in with some mega lineups. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And with there being so much time in lockdown, obviously no performing going on really, only online stuff. You must have had time to be writing and doing things like that. So how close are we to maybe record 2 or releasing even more new music?
Well, you would think that, but actually lockdown was a lot of pushing the songs that we had written for the album, releasing singles, releasing exclusive merchandise, raising money for charity through a lot of those, and preparing for the tour. I do all of the social media marketing and things, so I had to make sure that I was creating a release plan specifically that was going to really work and get our music out to as many people as possible. We have started writing, but I couldn't put any kind of guarantee on time on that, because we're very picky about making sure that the songs that we're writing, we really love before we hope that other people are going to. But all I'll say is the process has begun.
Good. And how's it sounding? Are you going to be doing are you thinking a continuation of your debut? Are you going to be trying something a little bit different, do you think? How's it panning out at the moment?
I think any musician will tell you that each record is an evolution from the last, and you don't completely lose what you've already been doing, because that's intrinsically you. But of course there's going to be some things in there that people won't necessarily have heard before in terms of the way that we are writing and the subject matter that we're going to be writing about. So I would say that it's not necessarily going to be mental health focused this time, because that was about a period of time in my life that I needed to cathartically release through my lyrics. But I'm sure that there will still be content of that nature and of social consciousness. But there's going to be a move on in terms of sound and stuff as well as some of the old sounds that we're using.
Good. Excellent. Well, Millie, it's been a pleasure having a catch-up with you.
Thank you so much, Jim. It's been a great chat.